friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Eyum, and on this channel I share with you the information and the inspiration that you need to overcome adversity and to live successful lives. Today I just want it to be a time of reflection. Just assume that I'm sitting face to face with you and we're having this conversation. So I want it to be that time of reflection. So you could as well grab your pen and your paper and write, because as a life coach, I want to assume that I'm coaching you today, and I'm going to be asking you 3 coaching questions. So today I want to talk about half-year review. Half-year review. As you are aware, we have just stepped into July, which is the beginning of the second half of 2024. Can you believe it? We just entered 2024 and half of it is gone already. In fact, this reminds me of the scripture where the Bible will say, "Teach me to number my days, that I may apply my heart to wisdom." Time goes very fast. And if you are not keeping track and very conscious of time, time will just keep slipping away from you. And that is why I believe this half-year review is very important. If you are conversant with sports, especially with football, you find that successful coaches are those who do half-time adjustments. And the reason they do that is because they want to review what has happened in the first half of the game so that they can make what is good better. And what needs to be changed can be changed. If a player needs to be replaced, they do that in that half-time adjustments. And I believe your life is more important than any sport. So it is good that you do a half-time adjustment. One of the things that I was teaching my women's group, the Gameful Women, at the beginning of the year is setting goals and having a vision for our life. So the first coaching question I want to ask you is, what is your big vision? I will just tell you mine. My big vision is impressing God, impacting life. So whatever I do, I want it to be in line with that big vision. That is the vision for my life. And in this year, 2024, I have set some goals to take me closer to this big vision, to help me accomplish part of this big vision. I'm sure you know what a goal is, but just for us to be on the same page, a goal is a specific outcome that you intend to achieve within a particular time frame. So in the time frame of 2024, what goals have you set for yourself? The people that I teach and mentor, I usually tell them that it's always good to have goals in 5 areas. For me, those 5 areas are my faith, because I'm a person of faith, my family, my fitness, my finance, and my freedom. These are the areas that I set goals. And I will encourage you to set goals in these areas. So, like if you're a person of faith like me, yes, how do you want to grow in faith? What impact do you want to make in the area of faith? Your family, how do you want your family relationship to improve? What kind of outcome do you want from your family? In terms of my fitness, actually, I started this year. I won't tell you my weight, but my goal this year in the area of fitness was to lose 5 kg. So the first question I say you should ask yourself is that, what is my big vision? And I've already shared that with you. And then the second question I want to ask yourself is, what are my goals for 2024? And then the second part of that question is, how much of that goal have I accomplished? And I'm glad to share with you that in the area of fitness, I've accomplished more than 50% of my goal. Because at the beginning of this year, my goal was to lose 5 kg. And when I weighed myself this morning, I was excited to discover that I have already lost 3 kg. So, I'm on track. I'm happy. That excited me. And that is the reason for this half-term review. You do half-year review, you are now able to know what you should keep doing. Because one of the things I've been doing this year was going regularly to the gym. I go to the gym at least 3 to 4 times every week, and I can see that it's paying off. I'm not just going to the gym, I'm also watching my diet, and I can see that, yes, it's paying off. So I will just keep doing what I'm doing in that area. But I also discovered that in some other aspects, I have not really achieved the goal. I'm not on track. For instance, in the area of freedom. And freedom are those things that you want to put in place so that you can be free. Simply look at it that way. So for instance, you want to establish your own business so that you don't have to be in a paid employment. Then you can be free to move as you want, work as you want, and travel as you want. So in the area of freedom, I just find that I am behind in my goal. As I do this half-year review, I'm able to see where I am not doing well and what I need to change to start making sure that I get back on track in the areas that I'm lagging behind. Because one of the things we do, which is something I used to do before, was that at the beginning of the year, we set goals and we don't come back to that goals again until the end of the year, only for us to discover that we have deviated a lot from that goal. We've gone, if the goal was going north, you've gone maybe west, and you've far deviated from that goal. And at that point, it's a bit late now. You have to maybe review and start all over at the beginning of a new year again. And before you know what's happening, you are not keeping track of your progress. So this mid-year review is very important to help you keep track of your progress. Because as you keep track, you know where you are making progress. You know where you need to make adjustments. You know the things that you need to eliminate, and you know the things that you need to do more of. And whatever that you need to add to yourself to equip yourself so that you can better achieve your goal, you can then begin to do that. And the third question I want you to ask yourself is, who is holding me accountable in the area of achieving my goals for 2024? I was excited when I told you that in the area of fitness, I am on track in achieving my goals. And guess what? That is made possible because I have an accountability partner who happens to be my daughter. Every morning, she's the one that goes to the gym with me. I remember when I was going to the gym alone, I have a set time that I have scheduled to be going to the gym. But do you know that when I was doing it by myself, I hardly leave at the time I set. I will leave late. I will not spend enough time. I'll just doing it as it pleases me. But when I began to go with her, she will make sure that we leave on time. And anytime I don't leave on time, she will always repeat it to me to let me know that, yes, I have fallen behind their great time. And because of that accountability, it's keeping me on track. And now when I look at the results I'm getting, I'm excited. So who is holding you accountable for the goals that you have for 2024? And like I said, the reason I'm giving you these coaching questions is that you need to take time to think and reflect on the year so far. Because the only way you will achieve your heart desires for this year is when you do this reflection and you do the necessary adjustment so that you can now begin to move towards the direction of the vision that you have for your life. So who is holding you accountable? I can't tell you the importance of accountability. I have accountability partners in different areas of my life, and they keep me on my toes. They help me to keep going. When I say I'm going to do something, even if I don't feel like doing it, for the fact that I know that somebody is going to hold me accountable, I rise up and I do it. So if you don't have anyone holding you accountable, I want to encourage you, get somebody to be accountable to. In the 5 areas that I have mentioned, if one person can hold you accountable in those areas, fine and good. But if not, get somebody in different areas of your life, different areas that you have set goals to hold you accountable. And I can tell you, I can guarantee you that you will see remarkable progress in your life in that area that you have an accountability partner. So I'm going to just be rounding up. I just say, let me check in with you today to make sure that you do this mid-year review. The reason why it is good for us to review our goals is because by the time you review your goals, you are now able to distinguish between activities and accomplishments. It will help you to move towards your big vision, because at the end of the day, a vision can only be accomplished when it is broken down into goals. And then when you also have goals before you, goals will help you to have a target to hit, because where there is no target, there is nothing to hit. So no goals, no game. So you cannot hit a target that you don't have. And goals will also have something that is before you that you are seeing with. It can be something that you have physically written in front of you, like in form of a vision board that you are seeing. And as you are seeing that, you have something that you are also reaching out to, because you cannot also hit a target that you don't see. You cannot hit a target that you don't have, and you cannot hit a target that you don't see. So for me, my goals for this year, actually, I've captured it in a vision board, which is my screensaver for my laptop, for my phone. So it's always before me, I'm seeing it and I'm working towards it. And doing this mid-year review has helped me now to see where I am on track and where I need to pick up my pace so that I'll be able to accomplish what I have set out for myself this year. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. And if you are listening to this and you're wondering, I didn't even set any goals for myself for 2024 at all. It's not too late. You can do that right now. Why don't you set some goals for yourself? Knowing now that you have just 6 months to the end of the year, you can set goals that, usually when we're talking about goals, we talk about the SMART goals. The goals that are specific, that are measurable, that are achievable, that are realistic, that are time-bound. So you can decide to set goals for yourself now for the remaining half of the year. Or you can set a goal for yourself and it can be from July to June next year. So it doesn't have to be from January to December. You can still set those goals for yourself. And as you set goals, get an accountability partner. So do you remember the 3 questions I said you should ask yourself? The first question is, what is your vision? What is your big vision? Because your goals should be driving you towards your big vision. And then the second question is, what are the goals I've set for myself in this year? And the big part of that question is, how much of it have I accomplished? And then the third question is, who is holding me accountable? As you ask yourself those questions and honestly answer them, you're going to set yourself up for success. So thank you again for joining me today. And if this video has helped you, why don't you like us? Why don't you subscribe if you've not already done so? And maybe also share it with a friend that needs to benefit from this. And I'll see you again next week. Bye.